this is ADV Tress, and I'm going to cover some cook camping gear. Over the last more years than I want to tell everyone, been collecting camping cook gear. Now, a couple things about my moto camping style is I have a family, I cook meals, and when I go camping, I don't want to cook. I want convenience. I want something that tastes good. I want something that's easy to put together, and requires little or almost no effort on my part. And I am able to accomplish that because of the great food scientists at Mountain House and Backpacker's Pantry. These two, to me, are the best camp food, and also if you're a prepper or survivalist or whatever, these work really good. I do not recommend for moto camping things like Alpine Air. If it's anything for the hardcore mountain climbers, it's probably not going to taste good, and if it's for preppers and backpackers, then it's probably going to taste good and also have pretty good packability. So on my bike, I can pack about a week's worth of these. The Mountain House are a little bit more bulky than the Backpacker's Pantry. These seem to fold down a little flatter. I don't know if you can see, it's a lot more flatter than the Mountain House. It's a little bit more bulky. But the Mountain House, I love their spaghetti. I don't know what they put in their spaghetti, you know, unicorn horn and fairy dust, but their spaghetti tastes really good. And then the Backpacker's Pantry, I pretty much haven't had anything from them that I didn't like, though I recently tried their pad thai, and that is excellent. So I could probably go a couple days just eating that. So when I go moto camping then, the really only food group I eat is the prepared backpacking food. And though I like Mountain House a lot, I'll usually end up buying the Backpacker's Pantry because it has a less, it takes up less room on the bike. And so far I've been able to, easily carry a week's worth of food. Now they do breakfast. They have breakfast foods and they have dinner foods. And then for lunch, I'll usually just eat what I didn't finish from one of those meals. And usually, if you're an average sized person, one of these is going to be good. And if you're, less an eater like myself, then you're probably only going to go through like half of it. But then you can always keep the other half, to munch on later. So these are the two food groups that I deal with when I moto camp. And again, I highly recommend either or, and there's tons of options. I also recommend just going online and ordering it because they just have a better selection. But if you're looking for a good selection, then REI has always been the go-to choice for me when I kind of need to stock up for a trip. Right, so these are the two things that I eat with. Now, as far as gear, I'm going to show you 3 or 4 different styles of what I'll call camp cook gear. This is the folds down, pops up, kind of like not a mech warrior, what are those things? A transformer, right? You can push them open and push them closed, and you can see like it's super easy to have cups. And then there's also these hard-bottomed cook bowls, right? I bought this set thinking, oh yeah, that's super convenient. It packs down really small and it's going to be great. And I've seen people on rallies using these. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan because I don't want to have to play with my cook stuff to get it prepped for me to go. And also this, and again, maybe this is your thing. This is a lot of cooking gear, and trying to get these tabs to, come on, what do you got to be, Hercules or something to get these in? And you can see I haven't put these tabs back. So, and I think this brand is Sea to Summit. This is the whole cook set. So it comes with a cup and 2 small, is it 2? This is a Sea to Summit set. It has the big pot, a medium-sized pot, a cup, and then the lid. And for these types of meals, this is overkill, and it's just, I don't know. I don't want to play with my, usually I ride a lot of miles in a day. I don't want to dink around trying to figure out how to pop this open and so forth and so on, and forget it. So anyway, hey, maybe you like it. This is the other kit that we got, and this is Snow Peak. And it has a little fry pan, and you can see we've used it a couple times. It's got the fuel, and then inside is kind of there's like a silicone bowl, and then this bowl. Again, I don't use this set. It doesn't actually stay together. There's not like a clip or anything. At least, you know, like on this one, it has this clip. So this clip will hold it together so all these little accoutrements inside of it don't fall all over the place. But again, you kind of, you know, got to play a little bit of Chenga and try to pull these on. And okay, no, forget it. So this has not made it to my motorcycle bag. The other thing that I see people use, and this was actually a good deal, and I got this for car camping. This was on Amazon. But this has, you know, your full, it's got pots and pans, and it's even, okay, maybe there's a selling point. It's even got this cute little tea kettle in it, and then a little cleaner, right? So this set is really for car camping. It's not for motorcycle camping. I do know, and listen, if you're a cook and you enjoy cooking and you want to get eggs and milk and cheese and flour and bacon, and you know, your moto camping adventure, you're totally into cooking and that's all part of your, that's awesome. That's not me. But if that's you, and honestly, if that's you, then you're probably going to want something like this that, you know, you can cook your meals in, or maybe even the Sea to Summit. But again, that's not me, that's you, and I'm talking about Mountain House. 1 bag, 2 cups of water, and we're off to the races. So, what do I use for that? I use, it's the GSI kit. Now this kit is what I'll call augmented from when you buy it. So I'll put a description in the video on the name of the kit, but this is not the kit as you would buy it. This is a kit as I have tailored it for camping. So you've got one nice big pot. This pot is enough to heat up water for your meal, and give you enough water for a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate or peppermint mocha or whatever it is that you like to have at the end of the day. And when you open it up, you can see inside. It's like Christmas, right? What's inside? The little, my little stove fits inside. Also inside this pot is this coffee cup. So I've got 1 bowl in case I want to mix something up or, you know, do something exotic, right? Like maybe I want to open 2 of these bags and mix them together and, you know, have something pretend I'm cooking. It also holds the I'm a juggler, by the way. That'll be another video. It holds the fuel, and pretty much on the trip, 1 full can is about 4 days, maybe 5 days. And I like to, you know, cook lunch and also, you know, cook a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, you know, kind of break up my ride. So I would say one of these cans is about, I think one of these cans is like 4 days. So, you know, if you're going to plan a week or 2 trip or longer, and you're gonna, you know, make coffee and tea and stuff. That's what I would think about with these, right? All right. So in this case, in this pot is this, the little holder, and don't lose these because sometimes these things get hot, and this is super convenient. So, and this, and I can't say it. I want to call it the hot, or Hoyt Cookset. But I do think this coffee mug comes in it, and this little mug has a little insulated sleeve around it, which is really nice because I think these are made out of aluminum, and they do get pretty hot. So, and then the cap is nice, you know, if you're camping in an area that there's bugs. And then this stove, and again, I've gotten a lot of stoves, and this is the one I always fall back to. For whatever reason, and for my particular blend of camping, it's big enough to hold this comfortably. It doesn't fall off. And this is the MSR, and I think it's the MSR Lite. I don't know. You can tell by the design here, and I'll also put a link to the description. But this thing, and I've used this now, this has got to be going on 8 years old, and no problems. None of these little arms have broke or significantly bent over time. So your pot, enough water, and usually these meals take about 2 cups of water, so there's plenty of room in there. And then inside is your coffee cup, and then a little bowl. So you can, and that's my recommendation. Maybe you really like these little foldy deals, right? Well, that's perfect. That'll fit right in that cup, and then you can, you know, mix and match your set, you know, to what works for you. The other thing I like about this is it all, yeah, this is cool, right? Actually, you know, there needs to be some engineer out there that says, you know what, I'm going to make something just for motorcyclists. And then we would love you forever. Alright, so that all fits in there. The lid fits on it. And guess what? This is the best part. The handle fits up, and it's locked, and it goes in your bag or your top box, and it's all together. So you don't have anything to worry about. Okay, so that's my piece on stoves. And, you know, I've actually managed, I usually lose a little bits and bobs that are associated with these, but I've actually managed to keep this little case as well. Alright, so the next thing to cover is utensils. And I'm going to show you 3. This fork right here is the kind of fork that comes with the set, right, with the GSI set. And this is great if you're like a 4-year-old. And can I make it? No, that's it. That's full locked position right there. And then it slides down to actually fit inside the set. And that's great. But the problem is, even on the full open position, here's a Mountain House bag. You can see, yeah, you're not getting to the bottom of the bag. And when you pour the hot water in here, you want to mix it up really good. And, you know, just as a hint, always take out the desiccant. There's been a couple times now. I think they put 2 in mine, maybe once. Alright, and then this is another kind of those cool little sporky things. It's got a fork and a spoon on one end. Why? I don't know. It's just cool, I guess. And it's got little holes in it so you can, like, tie it to your hat or something. Again, kind of same thing. It's a little bit better, but not optimal. So I went hardcore. I mean, I went full tech and got a titanium, I don't know, I guess it's titanium, maybe it's part titanium, spoon, and guess, look at that. Look, that's all the way to the bottom, to the goody goodness. So you can mix these up really good. And it doesn't matter, if you look at the Mountain House and the Backpacker's Pantry, so even these bags are a little deeper. Guess what? The spoon makes it all the way to the bottom. I mean, how good is that, right? Okay, so camp hits for camping, go with a long spoon. If you're a low maintenance camper, you don't want to have to cook, these bags are the deal. The camp stoves come in a lot of different types. I personally like the GSI. And again, you know, if you like, you know, the little anodized aluminum ones, then that's great. Go for it. And then you can mix and match them too. You don't have to, you know, if you were like me and you bought more than one, trying to find the best. So that it works out for your camping. And what I'm going to highlight is you're actually going to have to go camping with your stuff on your bike after you've set up your tent and you've set up your sleeping bag and you've blown up your sleeping pad, and like me, I've got the pillow. I'll do a different video on that stuff. And you've got all that stuff organized, and then you're finally going to sit down to eat and then really test out. Then you'll know if your stuff is going to work. Don't try to test it in the backyard or, you know, after work. Really take it with you. So, you know, after you've ridden 300 or 400 miles in a day and you're tired and you're pounding your tent down, see how this stuff really works and just see how well it fits into your camp routine. All right. So the last thing I want to cover is hydration. Now I know, okay, so don't leave comments, you know, about how, you know, sad this little bottle looks. I've used this bottle a lot, and I really like it because, yeah, okay, right, there's a dichotomy here, because I said I didn't like that stuff, that packed down, but, oh, Elizabeth, you know, you're saying, hey, you really like this stuff. That's right, I do. I really like this water bottle because it goes in my top box, and if I mess around with it, I can get it to lock down, and then the top screws down, and then it goes in the case. And then when you want to fill it up, I did all that work to get it in. Then when you want to fill it up, it just pops open, and then you can fill it up. And it doesn't, like, it's not made to keep your stuff super cool, but it is super compactable and squishy. So like in my top box, if you have a bunch of stuff, you can see it can kind of move around unlike a hard water bottle. And then when I'm filling it up from, like, you know, because I keep a ice bag. Right now I'm using the ice mules. When I fill it up with the melted cold water, it works perfect. So I hope you enjoyed that quick little video, at least on, you know, my camping setup. Again, I'm not a big cooker when I go moto camping, so I usually, again, rely on the good old prepper meals. And then I think my biggest recommendation to people out there is think about, you know, your own kit, right? And if that kit is a mix and match of other kits or things you found or, you know, received from other people, that's perfect, because it's going to work. Everybody has their own routine when they're camping and their own rhythm and you know, how much stuff they want to do, right? For their type of riding, for their type of motorcycle riding, right? And their type of camping. And this little guy works perfect for me. So happy trails. I hope everybody has a great time out there, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.